The Undercover Brella is a fully automatic lightweight Brella that always has its shield opened for as long as it's not destroyed. I do not know how much HP it has, but there are certainly some strong hits that can destroy it. Valessas will usually not destroy it, so you can like walk right into them. You're usually gonna be fine. But before I talk about enemy matchups and strategy, let's talk about paint a bit. Flower paint is pretty good, honestly. There was some nice coverage. Well, paint if you need to paint well to get up fast enough. It's a little bit slow, but still works. And if you just want wall coverage like the big wall on spawning grounds, then stand to the side so that more pellets are actually hitting different areas of the wall, like this. I think efficiency is very good on this as well. I mentioned it's lightweight, so it can move between places fast. Alright, let's talk about enemies and strategy. Shield Bump did 40 damage, that can just walk into small frays and beat them like that. There's a multiple of them. Though you might not one-shot some of them if you're like hitting them indirectly, like you've seen the one that I just did for 30 there, here again. I always just walk into them with shield open and I'm gonna get rid of them. Sometimes the shield does pretty much nothing, you're just one-shotting them with a direct shot. It's 120 damage max, or if you're directing, then you might also still do 120. This. Cohogs, if you're shooting at one 3 times, you're gonna do 360. What you wanna do then is add a shield bump to that, like this. If you have a shield bump in somewhere, then you're 3-shotting the Cohog. You can do a similar thing with the 500 HP bosses, which is exactly the ones that are shown on here, as well as most goldies. That is not the Seeking Goldie, but all other goldies. You're 4-shotting them with shield bump. 1, 2, 3, 4. However, the Scrapper Shield itself is 600 HP, and for that you just wanna do 5 shots and you don't need a shield bump. I mean, you can do it, the shield is not gonna get destroyed by it, so it is safe. But it's not gonna do anything. Unless you have another weapon firing at it too, for whatever reason. And that would make the stun faster, I guess, but I mean, why is one of the two not behind it then anyway? It's completely pointless. For steelheads, the shield bump, I mean, it's pretty useless as well, because it's very rare that you're even getting in a position where you can do that. Yeah, 3-shot normally would be too far away, because you might not get the 3-shot anymore. See, this won't quite work anymore, need to be close enough. Need to be early enough, because you do need some time to actually get those 3 shots in. And some other bosses that I cannot show here. First thing is, try to shoot them from a bit further away than point blank, so you actually more likely to hit multiple parts. If you are somewhat close, then aim at the middle between 2 parts, so that you're hopefully still taking out 2 of the parts instead of just 1. Flyfish, you are a pretty nice weapon to bomb them because you have good ink efficiency ability and stuff. Again, anyone can do it, but you prioritize it with this for most comps, if not all comps. Big shots, same things as other big HP targets, just hug them with a shield, especially when they're walking toward the cannon. You're gonna get them killed actually quite fast. I do not know what the effective DPS there is and how many shield bumps versus shots you're getting. But yeah, you are gonna kill them fast, and that is all that matters. And since Undercover Brella is also fairly nice against lessers, it can also defend itself all around a big shot. You can just one-shot shams, you can stun scrappers that might be getting your way. Only yields are really a problem. Also shoot away torps that might be going away. The big shot matchup for this is actually really good, I'd say. Bristlers, since I've mentioned them. Oh, if you do have to kill them with damage, then it's 7 shots and 2 shield bumps. I believe it should be possible to do that in one cycle as well. I'm not too sure because I'm not doing it often personally. Usually I just try to kill with a bomb. Not with a bomb, with a torpedo. Or I throw a bomb at it and then just throw myself with a main weapon into it. Which of course changes how the damage works out. But yeah, anyway, you can kill Drizzlers with this. You're obviously the better Brella than the Drizzler. Need to make that clear here, of course. Yeah, that... Oh yeah, right now, fish sticks. I forgot fish sticks. But fish sticks, do not claim them, ideally. Unless there's like only one small life ray left and you wanna throw the X or something. Climbing is bad with this. You are not in a good position to hit them there. Try to stay down there and shoot them from below. Or even if you have some kind of high ground, then that makes it easier to hit multiple life rays. You wanna try to always hit 2 with 1 shot. Then you can like somewhat reliably kill fish sticks. A bit slow. Yeah, that is how it works with this weapon. You have to. And you probably should when no one else is doing it, so... Yeah, that is fish stick is probably the worst matchup for this, honestly. So yeah, with all of this said, let's talk a bit about strategy. About how you wanna play this in waves. So basically what you wanna do is many of the things that people don't really wanna do. The matchup against Lesser's first thinks it's above average, it's better than shooters, and that automatically makes it good. It's of course not as good as blasters or rollers. Some other things. Let's say about as good as Explosion maybe. You can focus Lessers for a bit and you're gonna get good value. Then for boss strategy, you want, since you have good mobility and paint, especially mobility, you wanna be roaming the map a lot. Fight stingers, fight big shots, fight flyfish. Your team is gonna love you for that. Since you're on paper at least the low DPS, if you will, you tend to be the most expendable weapon around baskets. Yeah, feel free to leave pretty much any time except near the end of the wave when you still need quota. Deal with the statics. Hope that the others can survive until you're done with that. What you're primarily doing with this weapon is really premium support. But if you are at basket, you can still kill the scrappers as well. I mean, I've told you how. And you're right, one thing that I forgot to mention is with the lids specifically. And also with the eel vaults. So those are things that can break your shield. All things that break your shield are of course missiles and stilt bombs. You can shoot a teammate and yourself from a stilt bomb, though it's just gonna break the shield. Gonna take a few seconds to regenerate. It's not long though. Definitely worth to block that. It gets launched into a threatening position. And lids are really annoying for Undercover actually. Like you cannot just walk into them and shoot lasers and expect to get under them. Because the shield is gonna break when it touches the bubble and that is really annoying. So yeah, try to not fight your way through there, but instead try to approach from an angle that is actually open and drop them that way. Or just take the high ground if the map allows for it and top of them like that. So yeah, much about that. Then a few extra words on night waves. Gorillas is the most notable one, and Undercover is really good on Gorillas because of the small fray thing. Like first up, help with stunning the gorilla, and then as soon as it is stunned, then get yourself as close to it as you can. What you can then do is shoot the gorilla and at the same time have small frays walk into you and nowhere else. They're always gonna walk to the closest player. They're gonna spawn out of the gorilla, so then close to it, and they'll not exist for teammates. It's really nice. This can also be applied to mud eruptions, of course. Whenever you see green mud, that is spawning small frays. Get to that vacuum up all the small frays. And you might still have enough ink to throw a bomb and refill quickly and do the small frays again and stuff. Be nice for those as well. Not so much for the other ones though, for the ones that spawn chumps and coax. Just throw bombs and then throw X back to basket and stuff like that. You're not doing anything there. And then it also mentions some things about Rush. I would think this weapon is really bad for Rush. It's certainly not great or anything. It's functional. Just think about how you kill champs with this. That right there, I dealt more than 50 damage to both of these targets. So hit the stream of champs a little bit to the side. They are hopefully hitting multiple champs. You might be killing 2 or possibly even 3 of them, not sure. It's possible to kill 2 in one shot. Then of course keep your shield open while you're doing all of that so that you're actually protected. Guess that should go without saying, but I mean, just in case. Then for the goldies in Rush, what you can actually do, even when you're targeted, is literally just stand straight in front of them. Or even walk into them when not targeted. Increase your effective DPS there with the shield bumps and stuff. And 4 shots plus shield bump kills it. Or even less if other players are also hitting the Goldie, which they hopefully will. Definitely should, of course. And even if you're targeted, then you can still, like, stand there. Let the Rush walk into you. Let it knock you into the wall that you might wanna cling to. Just nice on spawning grounds. If they ever bring back Smokeyard, then that will work on that map too. Over on Bay, there is no map to get launched into, so then you just wanna stand in a way so that everything is just gonna walk straight at you and will hopefully not flank you or kill you. Shield break is always an option. Hopefully your team is good enough at also shooting enemies so that you're gonna get shield broken and die. But for the other maps, you need to set your defenses up a bit more, I suppose. Yeah, you can figure it out anyway. Just experiment with things. And that is pretty much all I have to say about the Undercover Brella. Hope that helps.